Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm LeetCoder. If you guys are new here, I pretty much do LeetCode style questions and I explain things in the simplest way possible. Today we have a pretty interesting problem that I'm very excited to get into today. So let's go ahead and read the problem statement, right? So the problem says, given a non-empty singly linked list, right, with a head node called head, right, it tells us to return a middle node of a linked list, right? It says if there are two middle nodes, return the second middle node, right? It's interesting. That's an interesting point, right? So now, guys, um, let's just see example, right? So we got this example, right? That's a linked list, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And the middle element, right? The middle node will be 3, right? That's pretty obvious, right? Because 3 is like right there in the middle, so pretty easy, right? So now, this example, right? So it's not so obvious, right? 3 and 4 are the two middle element, right? But they tell us to return the second middle, right? If there's a tie, right? So we will return 4, right? As the answer for that particular problem, right? So yeah. So the way we're gonna go about solving this problem, guys, is gonna be very it's a pretty good cool trick that I'm gonna teach you guys, right? I've already introduced that trick to you guys before in that linked list cycle problem. So if you guys haven't seen that, so you guys should definitely check that out. So the way that I'm going to solve it, guys, we're going to using a two pointer, right? So a two pointer, so two pointer on a linked list, right? So that's pretty tricky. So it's going to be a slow pointer, there's going to be a fast pointer, right? So there's going to be one that's going to move one step at a time, and then the other one, the fast pointer that we're going to have, right, is going to move twice as fast. And then we do that, guys. You know, it's a very clever trick when we're trying to find the middle, right? The middle spot, right? Like, it can be used in a lot of different questions, guys. I'm saying this is a very good, cool trick to add to your tool bag, so you guys are able to solve other problems like this, right? Yeah. So one moves twice as fast, right? One move at regular speed, and by the time that the other one, right, the one that's moving twice as fast, right, gets to the end, right, the slower right, one that moves one step at a time is going to be exactly at the middle spot, right? So it's a pretty clever way. So let's just go through a couple examples so you guys can see why that actually works, right? So we'll just go ahead and paste that example real quick, okay? So now, guys, you see you've got the slow and the fast pointer, right? So now this is the first example, right? So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yes, and that's the second example, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I got those two examples for you guys, right? So you'll see how when we go through the steps, you'll see how we arrive to the answer that we arrived to, right? So now, guys, the way we're gonna go about it, right? So I told you guys the slow pointer is gonna move regular speed, right? So slow moves forward, right? So they both remember they both start at head, right? And then they're gonna iterate through the list, right? And then yeah, so you'll see. So the slow pointers at the beginning, right? Cool. All right. So we move slow forward once, right? I told you guys the fast pointer is gonna move twice as fast, right? So it moves forward 1, 2, right? It moves twice, right? And then now they're both at this. So this is one iteration, right? So now that's where they're at right now. And then the other, so fast is not at the end of the list, right? Or is not null or the last element, right? So now we will slow forward one more, right? And then we move fast forward again, boom, one, twice, right? Now fast is the last element, right? So we would exit out of the while loop and we would have reference to the middle element, right? Because that's where slow's at right now. And that's perfectly, you know, the answer that we're looking for. So it's perfectly fine, right? So now let's go through the other example, right? So so I told you guys slow moves forward once, right? It moves forward once, right? And then now fast move forward twice. Boom, boom, right? Fast is right there, right? And then we do the same thing, right? That's one iteration, right? Now the next iteration, slow moves forward again, right? By once, right? Then fast moves forward as well. Boom, boom. Second iteration, right? And now slow moves. So now the next iteration, right? Slow moves forward again, right? fast is still not the last element or null, so we're still in the while loop, right? And then now fast move forward twice, right? Boom, boom, fast is null, so we will exit out the loop. And then now, guys, you know, magically we see that slow is pointing at the answer that we're looking for, which is 4, right? Because that 4 is the middle element that they want, and they said to return the second middle node. So this is how we're gonna go about solving this problem, guys. It's a very, very good way of going about it. You guys can see, you know, whenever we want to find the middle element or the start of the second part of the list, right? You'll see how we're gonna use this particular technique in the other problem, guys. So yeah, so now that you guys have been able to follow along with the example, guys, let's go ahead and with the code right now, okay? So now, guys, I told you guys, right? It's pretty simple code. So now we're gonna have the slow pointer, right? So the slow pointer, guys, I told you is gonna be pointing to the head, right? And also the fast pointer is also gonna be pointing to the head, right? They both start at the head, right? And then now we can have this while loop, guys. I'm saying, so while fast, right, is not null, right? And fast that next, right, is not null, right? Meaning that that's not the last element, right? I'm saying, so while fast is not null and fast is not pointing at the last element, right? Before it gets to null, right? We're gonna keep being in this while loop, right? So now the next step that we're gonna do, guys, I'm telling you, it's gonna be we're gonna have to move, right? So slow is gonna move one step forward, right? And then now fast, I told you guys, right? It's gonna move twice as fast, right? So fast that next, right? That's how we're able to move on twice as fast, guys. That next. So I'm saying. So now, so one moves one step forward, right? This one 2 steps forward, right? I'm saying. So after we do that, guys, we're in pretty good shape, right? We just return the slow pointer, right? Because the slow pointer is going to be pointing to the middle element, right? So let's just let's check if we pass the test cases, right? Because we're pretty confident, but let's see if we pass the test cases. All right, nice. Right now, let's see if we pass all the test cases, guys. Perfect. We passed all the test cases, guys. You know, yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you guys are new here, if you guys like this content, make sure to give me a like. Right? If you guys are new here, also make sure to subscribe and like this video because I'll be making other videos just like this one. So, yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.